Well, hello everybody. Let's jump into our topic today, which is how to prepare for an economic downturn in your private practice. And so I don't want to be, all doom and gloom and talk about, the worst case scenarios, but I do think we have to be prepared because sometimes in private practice, your income can look like this. Like some months it's great, some months it's a little lower, depending on who you work with, what your location is. Summer can be slow, the holidays can be slow, spring break can be slow. There's times that you might have a dip in your practice or our economy slows down, things change, you lose a payer, your payer, goes from paying you $120 an hour to $90 an hour. There's a lot of different things that can happen. So I think we have to be open and honest about these discussions and prepare at some level if there is an economic downturn. So I think it's really important for you to track your data. I want you to start really looking at your revenue every single month. Look at a profit and loss. Look at how much revenue you brought in, what your revenue or what your expenses were, and what your net was for the month. Then I want you to take a look at that at a 3-month span, right? A quarter. Because 1 month you might have an amazing month, a bunch of insurance payments came in, or you got some kind of, you did an intensive and you got a lot of money, and then the next month maybe it was a little bit down, and then the next month was like better than the month before, but not as good as the month. You'll have a really solid average, right? I want you to take a look at your averages, and I want you to pay yourself the same thing every single month if you can, right? It's not recommended that, like, if you have a really great month, you pay yourself a bunch more, and then the next month you don't know that it's going to be slower, and then you can't pay yourself the same, and you've grown accustomed to that. So I think it's really important to have like a standard of living for yourself, right? Like every month I want to bring home $6,000. That's how much I want to write myself in my bank account. Then plan according to that, right? And so if you have a month when you make $15,000, you're not going to take the extra, let's say $3,000 that month. You're going to leave that in your bank account. If you do want to use that money eventually, what is recommended is that at the end of the year, you take a look at your position, you see how much money you have in your bank account, and then you would write yourself like a bonus at the end of the year, right? How amazing is that? So you really want to stabilize your finances in your private practice. You really want to stabilize your expenses. And the thing that can be hard about that is there's a lot of things in private practice that come up yearly, like your insurance, right? Your license, maybe even trainings. So you want to be sure that you have money in your account for all of the things that you need. And so you want to make sure that you aren't just paying yourself anything that's left over minus your expenses. You want to leave money in your account. You want to stockpile some money. You don't want to stockpile too much money because sometimes it doesn't make sense just to leave money in a checking account, but you don't want to have too little money, right? Because if you have too little money when your insurance comes up, or you want to do EMDR training, or something else like really exciting comes up, or something not so fun like more taxes, or some kind of like we got hit with back payment for our CAM for our buildings. I was like, oh, this is great, right? But we had the money saved up for it, and so we could use that money and put it there. So you don't want to zero out your bank account all the time. Then the next thing that you want to do is make sure that you diversify your payer sources. If you take insurance, you want to make sure that you are not just taking 1 or 2 insurances that you feel like taking, that you're really taking ones that make economical sense for you. Are you getting enough referrals from them? Are they paying you enough? What does it look like in your area with the other therapists? What are they taking, right? If you are really, worried and you really want to be stable, accept Medicaid. Medicaid can be a really great thing to do in your community because you can serve more people. There's a lot of really great things about that. If that's not in line with your values, that's not what you want to do, that is okay. But make sure that you have enough referral sources to keep your practice going. So make a list of your referral sources, reach out to them, let them know that you're accepting new clients or that you just want to keep this relationship going, so that in case your caseload does dip down, you can go back to your referral source and say, hey, checking in on you again. I know we talked a couple months ago, wanted to let you know I had some room on my caseload if you have any referrals. And so you really want to take a look at what the strengths are in your practice, right? Are your referral sources a strength? Is your building a strength? Is your location a strength? is your niche strength, and really capitalize on those things. I'm going to give you one more tip on how to manage an economic downturn, but first I want to thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes. If you're looking for an electronic health record that can really help you learn about your business, take a look at your finances, your reports, how many intakes you've done, how many notes you've done, your revenue reports, any outstanding claims, that is like my favorite thing of TherapyNotes. Like, you see the smile on my face. I love it. I love it. I love it. It makes running my practice so easy, so great. So if you really want to be really intimate with your numbers, TherapyNotes has the best reporting platform. They really designed it for group practice owners and for people who, even solo practice owners who really want to know their numbers. So I highly recommend TherapyNotes. So going back to the state of our world and your private practice, I want you just to do your own personal work around money, right? And how you handle when things are good and when things are not so good, and your relationship with money, and how you feel about money, and how you feel about your private practice. And I really want you to take stock. Are you investing in yourself? Are you doing trainings? Are you investing in your business? Are you making your business the strongest it can be today so it can withstand whatever is going on in the world, in your community, within yourself? And so you can build a solid business that will withstand pretty much whatever is going on if you work on yourself, work on your finances, work on your business, and really serve your clients to the best of your abilities. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye.